Good day, comic fam. Comics the Voice here. We got a special one. So I got a package in here from my good buddy Digger Jim. There's a story behind this one. So, something to do with this. Some of you guys, if you've seen other videos of my stuff, you'll know what the story is, but I'm going to talk about it again anyway. Stay tuned. Okay, comic fan. So while I savagely tear into this package, I will regale you guys a story. A month ago. 2 months ago? Because it's almost October. We're going to call it a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. Actually, what is today? The 19th. It was the 20th of last month. So it's 1 month, 1 day to the day that I went to the Beguiling in Toronto. This is the day before Fan Expo was starting in Toronto. And there was the corpse tour, which is for exquisite corpses right there. And there was a signing. So if you guys check out one of my videos there, maybe I'll bleep blop bloop something, a link, or you can just look. You'll see the one that I went to the corpse tour. It was at a library in Toronto, and they started off with a meet and greet. We got to see the crew, James Tynan, Mike Walsh, Tate Brumble, Adam Gorham, and Che Grayson were all there. And I recorded quite a bit of it. I recorded them doing they were doing a reading of issue 1 of Exquisite Corpses. And then afterwards there was a signing at the Beguiling store down the street. And then that's when the craziness happened. So I was like way at the front of the line at the library, and I got right to the front row because you guys, if you see the footage, I'm right in the front row. Like, you can hear everything clearly. When we went to the Beguiling, it was like a free-for-all. They gave us these pink bands to wear around our wrists, and if you had that, that's when you get in for the signing. They closed the store just for us, but they couldn't have all of us in the store because there was quite a few of us. So you had to boogie on down the street and then wait in a lineup for the signing. And then James and the whole crew went past us, went into the store, and they set up a table in there. I had a tremendous amount of books with me, and I'm by myself. I had a bit of a family emergency at home that I had to deal with too, so my brain was kind of like, okay, I gotta get this shit done, get out of here, and get home to deal with the problem there. So we get in there, and I was in the lineup for, it was a good hour and a half at least in this lineup. And I had, when I'm in the store, you have your protocol. You start getting your books out of the bags and get them all ready for it, if you're smart, instead of trying to unbag them right there at the table and be a jerk for the people behind you. So I had them all out, ready to go. I'm trying to decide which ones, and I'm going, oh crap, I got to try to keep track of these, because it's a table full of people, right? And that's when shit went sideways on me. So I get up there, I'm trying to carry on 8 conversations with various people at the same time, trying to take pictures of everything, because that's what I like to do, and keep track of all my books, which I did for the most part until I got down to the end where Mike Walsh is at the end. And I pulled the card that I had from issue 1, and it was the glossy, shiny one. And I wanted him to sign that too. And then also with Che Grayson, I had a Wonder Woman book specifically for her to sign, because she was the one that did a writer in was the writer in a story in the book. So needless to say, all this shit was going on. I got confused at the end. I'm trying to police up all my books. I had like 5-6 books signed plus the card. And somehow I left my number 1 on the damn table. I saw it there, but then the guy behind me was saying, oh yeah, these are my books, this is my books. And I went, okay. Because I was losing track, because the guy behind me, they were starting to do the signing and they're passing them down, right? So I'm like, shit. So I grabbed up my books. I went over to the merch table on the other side of the store, and that's where I picked up my t-shirt. I picked up the Beguiling card. I'm yapping with the owner. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I just grabbed my books. I'm throwing them back in bags. And then I walked out. It wasn't until I was on the GO train, because I took the train, I took the subway, a streetcar, a subway, and the GO train. I was on the GO train coming home when I went through to look at my books and realized that I had a bag and board with no book in it. And I'm like, oh shit, I left my damn one on the table. So I bleep blop bloop on the old computer box and message the store and say, hey, I forgot. And then I realized, hey, Adam Gorham, I'm friends with him on Instagram. So I messaged him real quick because he was still there. And I said, did you by any chance see my book on the table? And he goes, yeah, I see it right. It's right on the table. And I said, beautiful. Can you get them to hang on to it for me? I should have, in hindsight, just got him to take it. Send a message back and say, can you grab it? Because I saw him the next day at Fan Expo. And he could have brought it with him to the con, and I could have got it then. But so I was out my book because I went back to the Beguiling, and they'd sold all the copies that they had. They had a bunch of extra ones, and they signed them all. And he put them on the shelf, and they sold. As I was walking in, the last guy was walking out with the last issue. So fast forward. My good buddy Digger Jim messages me and says, Steve, can you get these books from Fan Expo and send them down to me? I said, sure, no problem. So I got them signed and sent them down. And he's like, hey, do you want some money or something in return and that? And I was thinking, you know what? He's got bigger resources than I do. Like up here, resources are shit in Canada. But he's got access to America. So for him to be able to find me another number one shouldn't be a problem. So I tapped him. I said, hey, can you hook me up? And I told him my story. And I said, can you hook me up with an Exquisite Corpses number one? He goes, yeah, no problem. So he finds one in a local store. And not only does he find one, I'm going to pull it out here. Oh, I got a letter. Not only did he find me, where are they here? Is this them here? Everything's taped in. Yeah, he found me number one. I'm going to pull everything out. And there she is. But it's signed. So James Tynan. And then he's apologized. He goes, I'm sorry I couldn't get all the signatures from everybody. And I started laughing. I'm going, well, Adam Gorham and Mike Walsh are local to me. They're right here in Toronto. So getting those two guys' signature on here, not a big deal. Not a problem. Next Comic-Con in Toronto, it's done. And then I'll have them back on there. The only ones I'll be missing is Che and who else was there? I think one of the letterers, I forget her name. She was there. I think it was Bel Air. I could be wrong, though. I can't remember if it was her or it was another. No, Becca? I think it was Becca. Yeah, she was there. And it's even got COA on the back. But not only did he hook me up with that one, which was good enough, like I was happy just to have my number one back again, the A cover. But doesn't he go ahead and say, well, I got this Jenny Frison. And also signed and COA. Where was this done? This was done Midtown Comics. So we're talking New York City, right? Or is that somewhere else? Times Square, Midtown Comics, Times Square. Wow. So he gives me Exquisite Corpses 1, which is all I really wanted out of the whole deal. I got a Jenny Frison, which is the C cover or something like that. And it looks like he's given me a couple other books and a letter here. So let's have a look at what else we got. Week 12. This is the new 52, the 52. This is Adam Hughes right there. You guys, I love saying Adam Hughes. Yeah, this is right there. It says plus the origin of Wonder Woman with Adam Hughes. So, because he asked me, he goes, what other books are you into? And I said, stuff with Wonder Woman. I'm digging the Adam Hughes covers. So, Digger Jim, man, you've again, this community. I can never say enough about how awesome our community is. 196. Holy crap. Yeah, this is a key. This is an Adam Hughes cover 196, but it's also a key. I can't remember the significance. There's a first appearance, or there's a story. I can't remember what it is though, right off the top of my head. But 196, that's a key book, and an Adam Hughes cover. So amazing, and it's cool because it's almost like it's a photograph, and it's a little blurry and stuff. Damn, that's pretty nice too. Thank you, Jim. Man, I was stressing about this whole Exquisite Corpses because I can't blame anybody but me. It was my fault. I didn't keep track of the books. Yeah, it was shitty that the store's response to it, and they didn't help me out. But it's ultimately my fault at the end of the day. So we got a letter. I probably should have done this first before the book. But let's see what we got. This Digger Jim, you saved me, bud. So it worked out beautifully. I'm so happy that it worked out. Why is this so heavy? What is? Oh, damn! He sent me stuff. I got a 1945 wheat penny because I know he loves these things. He digs these things up all the time. And a 1953 wheat penny, and he writes down on the dates that he finds them. So this one here was found on February 21st, 2020, and it's a wheat penny, 1953, which is cool, Digger, because I do have a coin collection. I'm gonna have to, next time I send you something down, I'll send you some of the Canadian stuff that I got, because Canadian coins are pretty neat too. So this is 1945 wheat penny, and he found this one on June 2nd, 23. That's pretty decent. Yeah, he finds, go check out Digger Jim's channel. I'll bleep blop, I'll put him in the description, his channel, and the history this man pulls out of the ground is incredible. It's not just money that he finds, but he finds our childhood fun that we had as kids. He pulls all kinds of metal toys, cars, and cap pistols, cool shit that he finds in the ground, which is amazing stuff. So that's pretty cool. Oh, there's more stuff. So, holy crap, I got an official letter and more stickers. I'm going to put some stickers up and back here. Sweet, Digger. Thank you, brother. So, and I got a signature. See, I'm a big signature whore too. So I got Joe's signature. I've got Gary's signature. I've got Digger Jim's now. I'm going to be collecting all everybody's signatures too. And I've got Tina. Steve, thank you so much for giving me the JTC comic for me, and that's the over here that are now hidden. I really appreciate you taking the time to pick them up. My hope is if I can make it up to Canada one day, and when I do, we'll have to hang out. Thanks for being an awesome member of the comic community. Always keep digging. Digger Jim. So, Digger, it was my pleasure, brother. Because right off the bat, I had a crisis, and you frickin' came through and you hooked me up, brother. So it's like it was erased, and I don't have to stress out, because I was stressing out about this damn thing. And the problem is, too, it's a really good book. It's hot right now, so it's sold out everywhere. They're on to, fourth? I think they're on a fourth printing of this sucker right now. Fourth or maybe even fifth printing. So this is going like the way of Something is Killing the Children, where it's going to disappear and disappear fast. So for me to have lost my book, and then it being a hot commodity, and I couldn't find it at the con, so I was wandering the con. Nobody had a book, but a lot of people weren't bringing new books anyway, because they're not going to be selling. So Gotham Central was my best hope, and they didn't have it. And then Jenny Frizen. So my brother. The next time I see James Tynan, I'll get him to pretend to sign it, so I'll get a picture. I was actually looking when he signed my #1 at Beguiling. I took a picture of it. But it's funny, he didn't sign down here, he signed up there, so I was like, shit, I can't use that picture in the back. I mean, I could, but the placement's wrong. So, I mean, that's false advertising. I know I met him. I know he signed my book, but this is not the book. My book got sold. Somebody owns it now. And then they're going to flip to the front page, and if they use a black light, they're going to see Adam Gorham's signature on the front inside cover as well as on the cover of the book too. So, so somebody got a bonus. 2 Adam signatures on there. So there's my sad tale, now erased, and then bonus on top of it. So Jim, you and I are square, brother. No problems. If anything, I owe you more. Okay. Because you de-stressed right in here. Okay. So, and I mean, thank you so much for getting the signatures. It's not a big deal because I would have got those signatures again. Just would have taken me time. That's all, right? It's time. That's what all it is. So, I mean, Comic-Con next year, I'll erase the next 2 signatures because I'll get Adam Gorham and I'll get Mike Walsh. But honestly, I mean, it's a Mike Walsh cover. Adam didn't do anything on this book. It wasn't until issue 4 where Adam did the work on it, but he's credited inside here. That's why originally I had him sign the inside cover because his credit's right there, but he didn't do anything with his book. But you know what? That's fine. I'll get him to sign it too because he's credited in there. And I'll eventually get everybody on that book. So that's my saga, now erased. Brain's all happy again. I can move on with my life. I got some cool stickers out of the deal, and I got some cool wheat pennies. Digger Jim, you saved my bacon here. You saved my sanity, brother. So I really appreciate that. And these are cool. They're going to go right into my coin collection. I might have to do a video on my coins. I got some paper money, and I got a bunch of coins. I used to collect big time when I was a kid. Haven't looked through that in years, so you know what? This is the perfect opportunity now. I'm going to be able to pull that box out again and go through all my stuff. So I know this is a big, long, rambling thing, but here we are. So I hope you guys enjoyed listening to my rambling story of my stupidity and how my stupidity got resolved through our amazing comic book community, thanks to Digger Jim. And then that Digger Jim had just reached out to me to do a favor for him, and then boom, just right back, and it worked perfectly. Except for the mail system, which is a freaking nightmare. Yeah, and I still had to pay $15 on top of it because, you know, tariffs and all that crap. But it is what it is. I'm glad that I got the books. I don't care. I'm just happy that I have them. And thank you, Jim. You are the man. You saved my sanity. Rambling over. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.